Hello, my name is Emily Edmonds. I am the Thrives Coordinator, and thank you for tuning in for today's segment of Chesapeake Thrives. Today we have Brian Tapp here from Life Consultants, Inc., and we're going to be talking about youth and mental health stigmas. So how are you doing today, Brian?
I'm doing great, Emily. I appreciate you having me out today.
Thank you for coming out. And so today we wanted to talk about the youth and some stigmas with mental health. Can you tell me about what are some of the stigmas that you know that are associated with some of our youth in regards to mental health?
Well, great question. I would say the biggest stigma in regards to our youth is peer pressure. Feeling that you're different. And that's going to be the biggest thing that's going to curtail any of our youth from stepping up and say, hey, I'm having a challenge.
Well, how can some of those things show up in our youth? Like if I'm a parent, what should I look for if I think my child may be suffering from peer pressure?
Well, typically they go to one extreme or the other. They're either going to shut themselves off and try to be to themselves, or they're going to do things that want to garner attention. Sometimes we'll see unnecessary attention as a youth, like, why is he or she doing that? They're just trying to get that attention, trying to get some way to kind of fit in because they've been put aside on one end or they've been set aside on the other side. So now they try to get that attention, and usually from a loved one as a parent or a guardian, so that we will pay attention to them.
So what are some of the negative things that kind of show up in regards to like the peer pressure that the parent can look for in a child, like signs they can recognize?
Well, you know your child best. So typically if they've been in a situation where they've experienced some overt peer pressure, they're going to be a little standoffish. They may not communicate as well. They want to stay by themselves. Or like we said earlier, they're going to be doing things to try to get some attention because they were shunned when they're with their peer group. So now they want some attention from what they consider to be their loved one, who is going to pay attention to them and give them a little bit more positive reinforcement than what they may experience when they're amongst their peer groups.
Okay, so if I were a parent or a caregiver, how could I get support to actually know how to communicate with my child to help them through?
Okay. So at Life Consultants, Inc., we offer a program that's called Intensive In-Home. What that does is we actually start working with the youth as early as 5 years of age on up. And what we're going to do is we'll actually come into the home because they're going to be a little bit more comfortable in their own environment, hopefully a little bit more apt to share what their challenges are. We're going to start working with them and give them some coping mechanisms so that they understand how to deal with those peer pressures, with those stigmas that they may be facing when they're amongst their peer group. But at the same time, we have to work with the parents because I can't do anything with the child without the parent or the guardian consent. So as we're going through that process with them, we're also going to be arming you with that information. So that way you know what steps that we're trying to take to reinforce that with the children. We'll give you those steps as well, so that when we're out of the home and you're still there providing that support, you know how to recognize signs a little bit better and counter reinforce those coping mechanisms so that they can stay on track. The ultimate goal is them to communicate, here's what I'm facing. I need to speak to someone. It's going to be you, or it's going to be one of our qualified mental health professionals who's going to be working with them through those challenges. And we'll be able to come to the home anywhere from 2 to 4 times a week, all depending upon what the insurance company is going to authorize for them. But while we're gone, you'll still be there and they'll still be able to get that support and hopefully get them back on track.
Well, that's good. So what if, let's say I don't necessarily qualify for your program. Do you have connections with other organizations that may be able to offer some support services?
Yes, ma'am. So I would say the biggest thing we want to do is get them back into the community service boards, the Department of Health, or Chesapeake Thrives here in the Chesapeake region. And if it's not someone that's here locally and they do reach out for help, we can always refer them to 211 Virginia, because that's a resource that's 24 hours and it does reach everything within the state.
Okay, well, thank you. And thank you for coming out today and talking to me and giving some great information on resources and tools for parents.
Yes, ma'am.
And thank you for tuning in to today's segment of Chesapeake Thrive.